win. Yeah, LA baby who running with. Yeah, 2250, I'm on 10 again. Yeah, state your name. Big don't go flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip I tossed that I heard is big bags on big bags on big bags coming. Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win.
What's up, surprise around the corner? What's up, Shanita? Pump up the action. Hey. Huh? I know. I ain't want to ask Charles because he was doing that grill. So no, you talking about the chime? Oh yeah. I gotta figure out where we want to put them, just like them paintings. What's up, Karen Wood? What's up, Shanita? What's up, Catalia? What's up, Tanya? I'm on 10 again. Okay, all right. Coming in, yeah. I just wanna win. LA baby who running with. No, mine be in your boxes.
No, all this stuff came off that was over there on that bookshelf.
It might be in something. Huh?
Yeah. Coming in.
You packed it. Might be in the boxes in your closet.
I just wanna win. Yeah. LA baby who running with. Yeah. 2250, I'm on 10 again. Yeah. State your name. Big don't go flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip I toast that I heard is big bags on big bags.
Thank you.
Big bags coming, coming in.
I gotta chill.
I just wanna win. Yeah. LA baby who we running with. Yeah. 2250, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action. I'm active. If you never heard of it, dope,
baby.
Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body. Don't get you asking. Yo, gotta sell the most y'all flawless. Broken wrists longer than this foreign. Heard you want it cause the game's enormous. What's in Gigi is it gorgeous? Live my life last name of Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a chorus. Do not know we're knocking on the doors. Came in. Did it like the Porsches coming in. Yeah, flex. I just wanna win. Yeah. LA baby,
is this what they use, Charles?
No.
I'm on 10 again. Okay, all right. Coming in, yeah.
He had it. He was drinking it. I don't know. He drank it.
Go upstairs. Bring it to the back.
Who was it?
Coming in, yeah. Flex. I just wanna win.
How y'all doing? I'm just trying to fix everything up.
I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming and sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab.
You welcome, Karen Wood.
Money clip I toast that I heard is big bags on big bags on big bags coming in. Yeah, flex. I just wanna win.
What are you doing?
I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action. I'm active. If he never heard of it, dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body. I'm broke if you asking. Yo, gotta sell the most y'all slow. This broken wrist is longer than this foreign. Hurt you want it cause the game's enormous.
I got to get out of the house. I look like a Captain Caveman. Shit, I'm trying to find a barber shop.
Yeah, flex. I just wanna win. LA baby.
Huh?
Brittany, where you going? Come back, Brittany. Brittany, Maria.
No, are you lying? You right there. Go ahead.
I just wanna win. LA baby who run away. Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm a 10. Yeah.
I don't need to come up here. I got
No, I need my drink.
Oh, you need that. You need to go find Brittany stole off bed. Hi guys. What is this on?
Yeah.
I'm stuck. I don't know.
You off the thing. You off the thing.
I know I'm off finger.
LA baby who run away. Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm a 10 again. Yeah. State your name. Big don't go flame. I just switched the lane. Then he did it again. I just flipped the pain.
Got Nick trying to get over here. Hello. Hi guys. Hey y'all. How we doing today?
Who she take?
I don't. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Karen and Surprise and Victoria. Hey guys. Doing homework. Hey Casey. Nope. Oh, how we doing, everybody? I think everybody looked like a caveman of some sort at that time. But I mean, you know, as stuff goes, it's not that bad. We surviving, getting around. We thriving and surviving. Oh. Thank you, Victoria. Brittany just did them, by the way. They're tie-dyed. I don't know. Y'all know I can't never find them. She's did them for me. No, she's getting into a new. You know, the thing about it is, the situation is not ideal, but it is giving people a chance to see what they're good at, see what they might not be good at, you know. All right. All is well in Canada. That's what's up. I went to Canada as a child, and I wouldn't mind going back again.
I'm not playing with you.
Um.
I'm not playing with you. Give me my phone.
So the title is Relationships, the Good and the Bad. The Good and the Bad. Hey Sheeta, how you doing? Hey Tanya, how you doing? Oh shoot, I didn't know. My bad. I thought I was gonna go later, but we get on and get it out the way. So, you know, we'll be on here. Keep scratching. We'll get it out the way. We'll be on here a minute. Hey up, Maddie. Hey. So I don't
play like that.
I wasn't trying to, I couldn't think of a title. So I just thought about other stuff that I had seen. Oh, you done? So I just, ATL. Hey, y'all. So I was just thinking we always talk about romantic relationships, which we can still talk about, but I was talking about our relationships, familiar relationships, friendships, all the ships, so that's what we're going to talk about today. The good and the bad and the ugly. Or whatever we end up talking about, you know, but that's just the jump off point. So let us begin. We got 16 so far. I got one like. Is that right? Hold on, let me see. I already have one like, and I got all y'all right here. All right. I'm going to put the link up into the chat. So if anybody wants to hop on board this love train, y'all can come on board the love train. Yeah, come on board the love train. Let's see. Oh, that's a little bit better. 12 or 18. Oh, likes. People in the thing. So I hope that, let me start out by saying thank you, ATL. You know I love you, ATL. When we come down there to Atlanta, we're going to see you for sure. You hear me? For sure. So,
You said faux show.
for sure.
Faux show.
F-O show. Anyway, so, you ain't got nothing but time to think during this time. And I'm kind of faux show, ATL. We are using this time. Some of us are not using this time. Some of us are being swallowed up by this time that we have to be together and be in the house and not be out as much as we used to. But I think everything happens for a reason. And while this is not a good reason, this does get you to do things that you weren't normally doing, that you was taking for granted. Our lives have become so big and so fast and so massive that the little things that make our lives worth living, we started taking for granted. And all this did was slow us down a little bit. You got to actually interact and hang out
Crazy people.
with the people in your house. DC said with the crazy people. And yes, I mean, nobody is 100% sane, and nobody is 100% crazy. We all got a little bit of everything in us. Well, some people got a little more and everything. You know what I'm saying? But you know them. You probably see them on IDTV or Oxygen. The real crazies. But the normal family crazy, we deal with that, And I want to start off with the kids, with the family. And I'm going to say a little something. Hey, Al. Hey, y'all. I was raised differently. And a lot of us were raised like that, A lot of us were raised like that. And hold on. Can you say something, Leilani? Your mic on, Leilani? Can you hear me? Can anybody? I don't know.
Why can't I hear?
Oh, I hear you though. I think I typed some. I don't even know. Leilani. Hey, Risa. Oh, somebody testing, move from the stream. There go Leilani. All right. Can you hear me now?
Good.
I don't think she can hear me. And she still can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me? Can everybody hit me ones if you can hear me? Hey, pretty boy, Zay. Hey, y'all. All right, pretty boy can hear me. Leilani, I can hear you.
I hear you.
Can you hear Leilani? I can hear Leilani. Did you put a tester up there, babe?
Where?
Right here.
No.
Oh, that's oh, it's off. Okay. Thank you. Hey, Puppy Butterfly. Hey, y'all. So I'm gonna start off with familiar relationships. Just a little. And no relationship is perfect. We were talking about it today, how I have siblings, but like y'all know, I wasn't raised with them. Oh, I don't know. She going out, so she got to come back in. And the relationships are interesting. The relationships you have with your parents, they're interesting as well. But I'm gonna tell you something, all you young people in the chat who haven't been too long moved out of your mom and them house, might still be living in your mama house. Let me tell y'all something. You're gonna go through a lot of stuff with your parents. And you're gonna do a lot of stuff with yourself because you're changing. You're going from a child to a young adult to an adult. then that's a lot of change going on with that. And maybe your parents didn't have the best relationship. Trust me, just because somebody can't have kids don't mean they should. And a lot of us grew up like that. Do not take that stuff into your adulthood. If you can forgive or forget or just, whatever, however you do, learn to live with it. Don't let it eat you up and take you into your adulthood, because you will give it to your kids. You'll give it to your kids. Whatever issue you have with your mama or daddy or both, if you don't fix that shit before you have kids and you bring those kids into it, you'll give the exact same thing to them, and all that stuff you trying to make sure they avoid and all the things you don't want them to go through because you went through it. If you do not figure that out and figure out how to live and really live your life, you will give your kids all that stuff. And you won't even notice it until it's too late. If your mom was not the mom that she should have been or whatever, I'm not talking about abuse. I'm not talking about like for real. I'm talking about stern, or maybe, your sound not working. You want to just come sit up here and type, that's fine. You just want to sit on the thing. I'm gonna keep putting the thing in there every now and again. Now, I've said before, I'm not a big forgiver. I believe that if you did something you meant to do that, forgiveness is just not, I can't give you that. Because that means I was okay with what you did. I wasn't okay with what you did. Now, can I live with it? Sure. Have I forgot it? Nah. Do I forgive you? No, because you meant to do it. It's, hey, Shonda. Hey, man, on the squad. Well, Eric. It's normally Shonda. Sometimes it can be Eric. That's my thing. If you meant to do something, even if you're a parent, you meant to do it to your kids, don't come looking for their forgiveness when your ass is on your deathbed or when you need somebody to wipe your ass or give you some soup, okay? Don't come looking for that. Because you should have made it an environment for your kids to want to be around you when you get old. However, to the kids in that situation, figure out how to get to terms with what went on in your past before. No, I mean the kids in that situation. I mean the parents and kids. Figure out what you got to do. If your route is forgiveness, forgive them. If your route is forgetting, forget. If your route is making sure they don't exist to you no more, do that too. But find a way to love and live regardless of your past. Because if you don't, you will give that past to the children you have now. The ones that you consciously say, oh, I will never be that way to my kids, until you catch yourself one day. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Till you catch yourself one day sounding like your mom and them. And not in a good way. I find myself sounding like my grandmama all the time, and that's a good thing. Hey, Tammy. But I find myself like my mom sometimes, thinking back. And that's not always a good thing. And I did a lot of stuff, and Nick is spoiled because I didn't want to give what I had to him. I wanted to give what I had from my grandmother to him. But I was made up of more than just my grandmama. If you got problems and issues, if you're an adult and you got issues with your parents, figure it out. That's your kids' grandparents or great grandparents. If you're a grandparent, figure it out. Because I know too many adults that's still my age. It's my age. I'm 53. Still blaming their mom and dad. Shit. Let me tell you something. When I got 25, that was no longer my mom and daddy or whoever's fault, because I'm grown. When you become grown, you got to stand in your actions. Now, you may have, your parents may have something to do with how you do it, but you are now an adult and you know the difference between right and wrong. And you know the difference. You know not to do it. You just don't keep saying I did it because. Now, I do stuff now. How I was raised by my grandmama, That's how I raised Nick. That might be different than somebody else. It ain't wrong. It ain't right. It's just different. But it ain't bad. If you bringing bad shit from your parents, keep that shit to yourself. Or figure out how to come to terms with it. Because if nothing else, you survived. And if you're doing well now, you thrived, regardless of what you grew up in. So I just had to say that. Oh shit, baby. I just had to say that. Because I know as I was growing up, I used to say that I did stuff because of my mom and things like that. But if you got issues with your parents, your kids are going to grow up, and these are going to be the people that you call on. Make sure they'll answer their call. Don't be the parent that the kids is running to get up out the house. I didn't want to leave my grandma's house, but she raised me to leave. But I could come back when I felt like it. Hey, Magdalene. Don't be a parent that your kids is running to get up out the house. Because when they're in trouble, you won't know till it's too late. Because they don't think they can come to you. They don't think they can talk to you. So that was all that for that. Now, to the relationships we always talk about. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns? Y'all hit some in the thing. Talk back. It's real talk, but we talking. Leilani. Sis, you right there. Y'all ain't been out the house. Y'all got a lot of shit to talk about. Anybody been nowhere?
I don't have no question.
Huh?
I don't have a question. I agree with what you said. I agree with what you said.
Huh?
I said I agree with what you said. I have times when I love the times when my granny comes out of me, but I also have times when my daddy come out of me, and that's a whole other level of okay.
I mean, I love it. Yeah, I love when my grandmama come out. I love when she pop out. I love when she pop out in food. You know, when I'm talking to Nick. Well, I updated that because you know she was raised in a time when you ain't talk to your parents didn't tell you about shit. They said yes, no, and you better sit down somewhere. Parents. My grandma was born in 1926. Okay. So no, there was no free open lines of communications between parents and kids back then. It was, what the hell did I say? Do what I say. You know, you got to adapt because times changed. You know, it was harder back then in the 20s. My grandma was born, I think, in the Depression, the end of the Depression. So it was hard back then. And she was black. Come on, then. In the South. Come on, then. So things have changed for our kids. So we got to adapt to that stuff. But that's all I had to say. Anybody got something? Somebody say something. Hello. Be seen and not heard. This is correct. Get out of grown folk business. Don't be up in grown folks' face when they talking. Only time you come outside is when somebody call your ass to come out there. And then go somewhere in your room and get out my face.
See, my granny taught me that. Don't be in grown folks' business. Don't be all in grown folks' mouths, blah, blah, blah. So I learned not to pay attention. And then when I got grown, she wanted me to pay attention. So we'd go somewhere out with family, and then we get back home. She was like, did you see so-and-so doing so-and-so? What did she say? And I'm looking at her like, I want to listen to her. You're supposed to listen. Granny, you taught me to stay out of folks' business, but you're grown now. Oh, it's late for that. You can't teach me one thing and then tell
me. Reteach nobody.
I don't pay attention. I don't care what they doing. I don't.
Baby.
She used to get so mad at me. I was like, hey, you did it. This is what you created this. You told me stay out of folks' business. So I don't look at her.
You about to hear right here. DC be like, you hear that? All right, what? You heard that? I said, no. or people be doing stuff like I'll be like I'm talking to y'all. She could be over there hollering and screaming. I mean, y'all would hear, I would hear it, but I ain't listening, so I don't. And I think they got a lot to do with me working in a restaurant too, because if I don't, because if I tried to listen to all that shit at one time, I would be looking like a crackhead. So I tune out everything, and I've been doing that a long time. Babies be crying. My roommate had when she had a little girl, she like, that bother you? I said, girl, I don't even hear that shit. She said, what? I said, you said she was crying. I said, you in there with a shit. All right. What I'm gonna do? She one time she left. She was like 2 years old. One time she left out to go spend the night with this dude and left her in there. She cried for 2 hours standing at the door. And I promise you, I let her stand there for 2 hours and cry. I watched TV. I took a shower. I went and checked on her, made sure she was all right. I fed her last. She stood right there crying. Oh, I said, I left her standing there crying. I said, I called her. I said, your child been standing at the door 2 hours crying. You need to bring your ass home. She don't want you over there. She was like, you ain't do nothing. What you want me to do with her? She either cry herself to sleep or walk in her room and go sit down and watch TV. Long as she ain't wake my baby up, I ain't care. She cry all night. She kept looking at me, waiting for me to come do something. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? No, I mean, you grew up in a time, if you grew up with old people let babies cry. They don't let their grandkids cry, but they let children cry. They'll sit there, ooh, get that hollering ass child away from around me. You ever been somewhere with a whole bunch of old ladies? You be like, ooh, don't you go to church? I'm trying to read, and what somebody said something. Better not repeat what you seen to her. You sure better not. You sure better not repeat that you heard in your mama house. ATL needs to hear that. Sometimes you just need, hey Barbara, sometimes you just need to hear somebody tell you it's all right. Because think about it. How often do you sit up? Victoria said she let her grandkids cry, be music to her ears. You will cry till you pass out messing around me. Hold your breath, you wanna. Why? My niece did that shit one time. Held her breath till she passed out. Her mama came running there. I'm like, what she do? She was crying and she held her breath and she passed out. I said, she breathing? She said, yeah. I said, what the hell did you calling me for? Well, see, here's the thing. I would transfer her to the rightful owner, but see, here was my thing. It ain't nobody's fault that these kids is here but ours. How many kids you run around here, got your last name, got your nose, got your face, got your stank ass attitude, that's your fault. However, them kids, and they don't know no better. I wasn't going to stop her from crying because it wasn't nothing I can do to stop her from crying, and the crying won't bother me. But her mama needed to understand, you worried about your love life later. You need to come take care of your baby. And she wasn't gonna understand that if every time she leave, I tell her and everything is awesome. She needed to act like everything was not awesome. If you cannot, let me tell you something. Tell you some good stuff. Let me tell you some real talk. If you cannot physically, mentally, and the big one, financially take care of your seeds, do not water that particular row. Okay? You hear me? You with me? If you got to ask somebody to help you out, it ain't time for you to have these babies. We chucking these babies into the world. We just throwing them out, spitting them out because biology said we can. But if your head ain't ready for these kids, if your heart ain't ready for these kids, if your wallet ain't ready for these kids, you about to make a whole generation of bullshit. Your mama 12 years older than you, and you expect for these kids to act like adults when they grown. They didn't have nobody teach them how to be grown because their mama wasn't grown. You wonder why this little girl go for the same dude over and over again, and then you meet her daddy. If you do not think your kids date you, please look at their girlfriend and their boyfriend. Now, when they young and they fall in love with stupid shit, ain't nothing but that. For real, if you was a jackass, I promise you your children gonna date them. If you do not teach your kids what to want and what to earn, what they deserve, they're going to date exactly what you show them. Now, I'm not, hey, Annie, I'm not ashamed to tell anybody I was not financially ready for my son when I got knocked up. I wasn't. I was single. I was working, but I wasn't financially ready in my head. Was my heart ready? I was 37, sure was. Was my mind ready? Sure was. Was my money ready? Sure wasn't. But I figured it out because them other two was ready for my baby, because I decided when I was pregnant, when he was still about this big on the inside, with a camera, when my stomach hadn't even started popping out and I was still throwing up, I decided at the end of the day, I got to make sure he is a complete and whole and total person. He is not just my son. He will be somebody's friend. He will be somebody's father. He might be somebody's sibling. He might be somebody else's son. So I had to make sure in my head that he was going to be a whole person. And did I spoil him? Sure did. Sure did. Still do. But he still gets his discipline. Do he want to hurt my feelings? No. Do he go against what DC say? No. My son has never one time uttered the words, "You ain't my mama, you ain't my daddy," out his mouth to nobody grown. My son has never came back on nobody. You know how many times I've heard that? You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, the shit me, you can't. I was raised with a village raised where you got your ass whooped from the corner to your house. Keep on playing with folks. Mess up in school and let everybody find out, because all you need is one running mouth ass child to go tell their mama, who done called your mama, who done called your auntie, who done called old girl at the end of the road. You done got your ass whooped or talked about the whole way home. So yes, an adult can tell you what to do if they're telling you the right thing. Now, can you just bump off my son and do what you want to? Nope. Because I have given him permission. You whoop their ass and let me deal with the outcome. If he's in the wrong, he know he in the wrong. If he in the right, his mama got his back. Hell, if he in the wrong, his mama got his back in public. Now at home, I'll fuck him up. But in public, no. That's the same way. See, that's the thing about relationships. How I treat my son is how I treat my wife. If we got something going on between us, ain't none of y'all business. Not trying to be funny. That's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. Something going on, I got her back in all things. Now, if she wrong when we get home, I'll be like, baby, don't do that no more. But I ain't gonna do that then. Hey, chit chat. We got to teach our children to demand their worth in every situation. Risa came on. We have got to do that. Because they'll do the same. DC said, well, come on here, baby. She over there, like she can't come over here and say hi.
What's up, Leilani, Risa?
Hey, DC.
Shh. She don't.
She talk to me? Some of me?
I guess.
She just came over here so she can play a game. Go back to the bed and go on just on in.
She over here whispering like she wasn't screaming at the beginning of the video.
Shit,
I was screaming like, give me my time. Now you want to whisper? No, don't whisper now.
No, I don't play with my electronics and stuff. Brittany play too much.
Thank you, Emery.
I don't play that.
See, here's the thing. Our children are rotten, including grown ones. Make no mistake about it. There's rotten, spoiled ass children running all through this house. Everything, the dog, the birds, fish, everything in the house is just rotten. There you are. Why are you sticking your finger at me? How many times you been in the kitchen since we met? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Oh, for real?
I didn't say. Now I did. She made me breakfast the other day. It was the bomb. I put it all on TV. I was like, hello. Some people like diamonds. I like croissants. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I give her due. Hey, Mrs. Crystal. However, she's spoiled rotten. She'll sit up. She will sit up in here. She about to laugh. She will sit up in here and be over here talking about, she'll be over here doing something, because y'all know where I'm at. I'm in the office area. So she'll be over here doing whatever. And all of a sudden I start hearing look like she got a shit. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm so hungry. I'm hungry. Now, baby, why you ain't getting up? Now, hold up. One day she came downstairs. She was sitting 3 seconds from the kitchen. Hear me. She might have been in the kitchen, at the kitchen table. I don't even know, but I know she was upstairs with the kitchen at. She was sitting 3 seconds from the kitchen. She came downstairs to wait 20 minutes to go. I'm so hungry. Spoiled. So everything in this house is spoiled. Like I say once again. However, it's like with Brittany. Brittany's grown, but she demands nothing less. Nothing less than your best. And if you give her less than your best, she gonna tell you. She gonna tell you. Nick is 15. He got a girlfriend. I don't know if we're supposed to call her a girlfriend. I don't think he called his little girlfriend, but that's his little girlfriend. And we have met her, but he know. If she start acting crazy, trust me when I tell you, niggas will chunk up them deuces and be like, woo!
Hey, Sophie.
Hey, y'all. Niggas will chunk up them deuces because he was dating one little girl, took her to the movies, the next week he didn't want to talk to her on the phone. I was like, okay. All right. Okay. All right. What she do? I don't nothing. I'm like,
see, Brittany don't understand. Stop playing part.
well, no, she don't. She don't. Now, let her.
You know, Brittany understand when you start cussing her out.
She don't even understand that because then her feelings hurt.
You be like, Brittany, give it back. You look like you ain't crazy, but you say, Brittany, give me my goddamn thing. Then she ready to give it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put her out.
You do have to hurt sometimes. See, here's the thing. We are a blended family, even though you couldn't tell when we be out, especially with Nick and Brittany. Try that shit you want to. Brittany will act the fool. Nick don't even want to tell her stuff because he know that she will get in her car from her job and come up to his school and embarrass him like she got on rollers and a house coat. So he gotta tell me. And Brittany, normally you would think that he would rather tell his sister than his mama, but no, because Brittany is an undercover snitch because she ain't had nobody snitch on when she was young. So she is taking all that and using it on the boy. I'll be like, you better not be up there because they're up there together on the first floor, on the top floor. Yeah, I'm like, you know she a snitch. Don't be up there. You better keep those clothes and shit. Because she gonna tell. But that's because she could change, you know.
You know, since you had Risa on there and Leilani,
yes,
as grown folks,
yes,
I think they should help the people in the chat understand relationships can be good and bad, and it can be fixed. Then versus running out, you know.
Risa popped off. She been popping on and off. But here's the thing, she's right. Now here's the thing. Sometimes fixing a relationship don't necessarily mean staying in it. And there's the thing.
Well, you know, long-term relationships.
think, yes.
Like you've been in a relationship, but one thing popped up about, not
not one thing.
Not just an argument over petty stuff.
No. Now, if you can't argue with your partner, because here's the thing, I don't care how much in love you are with somebody, you are two different people. And you're not 100% in sync. Some things you like, they don't like. Some things, DC and I have very different ways of, is it say punishment or she said her internet is giving her the business. Or what we think, because she was punished for stuff I wasn't. I don't know how to say that. So what I would punish Nick for, she wouldn't. And what she punishes for, I wouldn't. Because that's not what I was punished for. So
you have to give them a
you know what I'm saying? Well, no, they understand. Like, okay, case in point. He's a boy and he's junky as hell. Now, do I want him to be? No, his room, because I don't like that cluster. He don't have enough room to be junky like that. That's what I'm trying to say. But however, with me, I go up there and say, pick that shit up and walk off. She be like, drop the stuff, take it out, can't talk. I might keep shit for the week. I'm like, well, it ain't that. To me, it's not that serious, because that's not what I was. When my room got junky, my grandma would be like, clean that shit up and walk out. But then I had nothing to take, and what a little, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't taking. She punched me in my face or hit me or something. So if she wasn't, see, here's my thing. If my mom wasn't beat my ass, that means I wasn't doing nothing really bad. Because if I was doing something really bad, she had no problem. She was not sparing the rod to spoil the child. She was spoiling the child and using the rod. I don't know what part of the Bible that went to with, it was no spare to spoil. It was spoil and beat that ass. So it just, so if she didn't beat my ass for it, it wasn't that serious. My room was junky. When I was younger, the killer part is when I was younger, I kept my room cleaner than when I got older. I would get up before going to school every morning because I had all these dolls. Again, I was spoiled. Not my fault. So I had all these dolls, and I had the dolls up on my bed, the Barbies and everything by height. And I had this one Mexican doll that we got when we went to Mexico. She was beautiful. She sat in the middle, and all the rest of the dolls sat up. And that's how my bed was every morning until I got like 12. I don't know, puberty hit, and I was like, oh, fuck this. But yeah, our punishing styles are different. So do we get on each other's nerves about that? Yes. However, if she ain't hurting it, and it ain't doing nothing to hurt him, and it's something he need to learn, I shut the hell up and sit in my corner. Now, I might get an attitude if she talk over me, but then I still shut the hell up and sit in my corner, keep my attitude, because it will pass, because it's my attitude. You're going to fight, you're going to argue, not fight, you're going to argue, you're going to have misunderstandings. Your feelings might get a little hurt because people are together, especially now, to where we ain't got nowhere to go to run away. Think about it. We go to work 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a day, and you're ready to get home to your person, and now you got nowhere to go. So a lot of relationships that was working because they had that 8 hours apart, you seeing a different side of them now. And you got to be able to handle that if you want to stay. However, like I told her, fixing a relationship don't always mean you got to stay together. Because she's talking about long-term relationships. She about to be 54. That's how long her parents been married, 55 years. How old she is, they've been married a year older than she is. You know how many people have been married 55 years? Not a lot. That's because when they got married, if he cheated, you ain't going nowhere. If he spent up all the money, you ain't going nowhere. If he had outside kids, you ain't going nowhere. I'm just using he because back in the day, that was how it was. This was before equal rights and all that, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for, Leilani?
Feminism.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was before all that. Mrs. Crystal had been together 34 years with her. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying, how are we trying to stay? Well, we got married when I was 50, 2? So I'm trying to get at least 50. That's 100. You know, if I can't hit 50, 30 is good too. I think by that time we gonna have different little carts and rolling around, bumping each other. It's gonna look like bumper cars up in here. I'm gonna hide our teeth. Won't eat shit today, you gotta chew. But see, that's when you planning.
I'm gonna hide your canes.
Your shit. Okay.
Your boots.
I don't care. Right? Look, if I'm in a roller cart, guess what? I don't need no canes or no boots. Bitch, I ain't walking. Hide all that. I'm gonna hide your teeth, and then I'm only hide the top part of your teeth. How about that? I'm only gonna hide Trey Nene. Hey, yeah.
My granny and papa were married 51 years.
Woo!
My granny and papa were married 51 years before my granny died.
Happy birthday, Nene. I love you, Nene. Everybody tell Nene, Trey and Nene, happy birthday, because her birthday was just there. Woo!
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday. I love you. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
My granny always said, if you get mad at your spouse and y'all not getting along, you just move into another room. And then when you finally get in, you go back to the bedroom.
That's what they did. Hell, they slept in different beds, remember? They had the 2 little single beds in the room. Every now and again, they get together to do the nasty. That's when all your siblings came out.
My mom's parents, my grandma and grandpa, they were married 4 times and divorced 3 times. And I didn't even know this until I was like 12 years old. I had no idea from the time I was.
Why did you keep getting married and divorced?
Well, here's the thing. My grandma never left. Okay, well, the first time was when I was born, was right before I was born. They got divorced the first time before I was born. And my grandpa
stayed in the house, getting divorced and get married, getting divorced and get married.
After this. He left and he went to Houston and he bought a house. My grandma was still here with her children, living in my mama's apartment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When she decided to leave, she went and moved into his house. Her and the kids in her own room. And then I guess around when I was 5, they got married again. So then she moved into his room. I never knew that they wasn't married. So then at some point they got divorced again. And they were divorced from like me being like 6 or 7 until I was 12.
And they got married again.
And then they went to Vegas and they got married again. And they stayed married after that. But she never left.
They just get mad.
I want a divorce. She get a divorce and go move in the other room. And he was like, you ain't going nowhere.
Why you get the divorce? Well, here's the thing. My grandfather passed away. I was 6. I want to say I was 6. So that was 1973, 1972. My mother, my grandmother, my mama, that's who it is, my grandmother, my mama, never hear me. Now, she could have been doing some good old dipping and dabbing. But from the time my grandfather passed away until my grandmother passed away, I had never seen her with another man. She has never brought another man around me. She's never brought another man to the house. Nothing. Now, men would come over there like from the church and come over there and try to holler at my grandmama. And she was nice and polite to talk to them for 10 minutes and put their asses out. She didn't go on a date. She didn't do nothing. And I told y'all and I didn't know what she was doing until I became an adult. But I used to see her. My grandmother smoked cigarettes. But for the longest time, till my mom turned 18, my grandmother didn't smoke in front of the house, in front of her husband or inside the house. She would go outside and smoke, come in. She didn't smoke in front of her husband till my mama turned 18 years old. Now, she smoked the whole time before that.
I didn't know that was her, I guess, her paying homage to my grandfather. She was standing in the door. She would start dinner. It was almost done. She was standing in the door and smoked one cigarette to after the time my grandfather was supposed to come home, and then she would come in and finish. That was her, because that's what she did every day when he was at work. She was standing in the door and she would smoke her cigarette. And as he came down the hill, she would flick her shit outside and come finish dinner, because dinner was ready for him when he got home. So they got married. I mean, you know, had they lived, they still would be married. Now, I don't know whether or not my grandfather was want to cheat or whatever, because a whole lot of stuff going on back in the day. When you hear your grandparents and your great grandparents talking now about their spouses because they know they ain't going nowhere, telling you all the shit they did, and you be like, I would have left his ass. They didn't leave. Now, I'm not saying that was right. That's the killing part. We praise these women and men for staying together, but how much of that 50, 60, 70 years was unhappy? How much of that was for your kids? And then when you didn't have kids in the house no more, now you stay together because you got all these grandkids. Now you stay together because you old. How much of that was them staying together because they was in love? Or because they didn't want to not be without that person? And not just because you was used to them. That's just like wearing the same pair of shoes. That's like wearing the same pair of shoes until it's a hole in it. Uh-oh.
You good?
No, I'm locked.
No,
You back. You back.
Okay.
Yeah,
No matter how comfortable they are, instead of getting some new shoes, you wear them same old whole ass shoes. Your feet hurt, your back hurt, you got a little dirty spot in the middle of your foot because your ass ain't got nothing between you and the pavement. That's the same thing that they did. These people stayed together. Understand me. You got to understand how many women made sure their kids played together and knew that they ain't supposed to date because they didn't know whether or not their husband was the father of some of these kids they was playing with, because that's how it used to be. Now, I don't know. I would have probably lived through that because that was the time and that was how we were raised to do it. But nowadays, just fixing a relationship does not always mean staying in that relationship. Sometimes the fix is the goodbye. And I'm not talking about hating this person. I'm just saying that don't let the bad outweigh the good to the point where you do hate them. If you're married to someone, gas straight, you married them for a reason, because you love them, because that's your baby. That's who I want to spend the rest of my life with. Yeah, I heard that, Casey. Oh no, I was it. Casey Clark said my grandma told me being married to my papa was some of the worst times in her life. Old women keep it real. Yes, they do. You got to think. I heard my roommate's mother said she married her husband, my roommate's dad, excuse me, to get out her mama house. She married young the first time. Husband had passed away. Then she had 2 or 3 kids at the time. To get out of her mama's house, she married my roommate's dad. My roommate has a sister that's, I think, 6 years younger than she is, and not by her mama. She ain't care. She ain't leave him because she ain't had nowhere to go. Because they didn't leave back in the day. And they'll tell you. Now, I'm not going to say it's right or wrong or whatever. But I'm saying now, we have the opportunity. Now, women can live on their own. We don't have to have a man to get a house, to get a car, to get a job. Before, you had to have a man. Nobody even talked to you. My grandmother, for a long time, even after my grandfather died, She was known as Mrs. So-and-so. Mrs. his name. She didn't go by her name. She didn't go by her name and his last name. Whenever she said something, she said, I'm Mrs. So. Even when she answered the phone, I heard her answer the phone a few times when I was young. And that's how she answered the phone. So, but nowadays we don't have to do that. But nowadays we also, a lot of the young women coming up still have that mentality that I think is just ingrained in, hey, Crystal, that I think is just kind of ingrained. That we got to stick it out. Whatever the man give us, we got to take. Because ain't nobody else going to want us. This man want us, he wanted us, so we going to take whatever he give us. That ain't how that work, y'all. Gay or straight relationships will occur. You do not have to take what the other person gives you because you think that's the only person who ever wants you. That's a lie. A good relationship is made up of a lot of things. It's made up of bad days and good days. It's made up of arguments and makeups. It's made up of kisses and hugs, and it's made up of rolling eyes and clicking teeth. But you don't go to bed mad. And you don't wake up mad talking about the same shit. Fix it before you go to bed. If you got to keep going to bed mad over different shit that you can't fix in a couple minutes, then you might need to rethink where you at. You might need to rethink that situation. And you can't feel bad about rethinking your situation. We get into situations because of that burst of love. I told y'all about that love, that in love, lusty thing that covers our eyes and makes it so that the other person you're with, it just sparkles, and just a unicorn just sparkles and glitter shoot out their ass when they talk, flowers and gold shoot out their mouth. But that shit goes away. But some of us still look through them glasses. I was watching counseling. Let me tell you something. Sometimes people just grow apart. But what I'm saying is, if you have done everything you can do, you have talked, the doorbell rang, baby. If you have talked, if you have gotten counseling, if you have done everything you can do, I'm of the mind to do everything that you can do so that when you get ready to walk out of a situation, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's your man or your girl. You get ready to walk out of a situation. Once you have done everything you can do, stop thinking there's other shit that you can do. You have done everything. You have talked. You have cried. You have begged. You have pleaded. You have compromised. You went to counseling and you still get the same garbage. You are free. Hear me, y'all. You are free. If you can look back and say, I talked, I poured my heart out, I asked for you to talk to me, I went to the church, I went to the counselor, I begged, I pleaded. If you can say that, you are free. You do not have to look back and go, I made a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. That was just a part of your life. You didn't make a mistake. That was just a part of your life that you had to go through to get to the next part. Everybody is not your final chapter. Everybody does not fall in love at first glance with their soulmate. Everybody does not meet their soulmate on the third try. Hell, the 30th try. But if you believe in love and you believe somebody out there for you and you tired of taking bull and you've done everything you can do, you are free. You are free to say, okay, you win. It's time for me to go. And once you reach that level, no amount of, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, I won't do it again, especially if you've heard I'm sorry and I won't do it again multiple times. Now you might get a I'm sorry, I won't do it again one time. But if you're on your 15th, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, clearly that part is a lie. You understand what I'm saying? That's right, Soulful T. DC, at least is a therapist. If you can try to save it. I'm not saying as soon as somebody butter the bread on the wrong side or squeeze the toothpaste from the middle, you pack your shit up and go. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that 30th time you've had to hear, babe, I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
They continue to do it.
Or that time that or you feel the need to go through their phone. Or love you too, Risa. See you later. Or you gotta go through their Facebook, and now you gotta dissect every Facebook post. You gotta dissect every single one of them. You gotta look at this like and that like, and why did she like that, and why did she put the smiley face on that? Come on, now. Hey, who does that? And if you're doing it, stop.
You got yourself crazy.
You know what I mean? People I have seriously heard sit up there and say, why they liking your pictures?
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Bitch, what? I don't know. I don't even like my own pictures. If I post something on Facebook, I do not hit the like, love, or no button. I don't think I should like my own pictures. That's just me personally. That's just like I don't think I wouldn't tattoo my name on my body. I know my name. And if I get so damn stupid, I clearly don't need a tattoo. Hey, Shamita. Hey, y'all. You hear me? Is you with me, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. Thank you, loyalty. Let me tell you the best love in the world. That love for yourself. That love for you. That you feel for yourself. Think about it. When everything going on and you still look in the mirror and love yourself, nobody can give you less than you give yourself. You got to start there. And people say it all the time. And you don't have to be you don't have to be the richest person. You don't have to be the skinniest person. You don't have to have the freshest skin or the fattest ass. You just have to love the skin you're in. And nobody can take that away from you. And you have to transfer that love to everybody else so that nobody will give you less than what you give yourself. That's what blows me. I gave myself less than I deserved on so many occasions. And it wasn't the other person's fault because I chose to pursue them in that manner. See, here's the thing. We are constantly talking about what somebody else did to us in a romantic relationship. But guess what, Buttercup? Guess what? Unless they held a gun to your head and kidnapped you, which is an entirely different real talk, you chose to pursue that person in a romantic manner. Now, I'm almost willing to bet that 90% of all these effed up relationships started out with somebody telling you something that you just did not want to hear. Not necessarily with their mouth, because let me tell you something. People show you what they want from you. If somebody don't want to put you on Facebook and you can't take a picture with them, they telling you exactly what they want from you. If you're not a friend for theirs on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever the Instagram face, if you're not their friend on there, they telling you what they want you to know.
Oh, here's one. If they're a private person.
If they're so private that nobody knows you exist but them. They're telling you they're telling you what you need to know, but all you're hearing is they love me. She loved me. He loved me. He got to. He act like he loved me when we at the house. But when the last time he took your ass anywhere but a drive-thru at McDonald's? When the last time she grabbed your hand in the grocery store when y'all was walking together?
Woo.
They tell you what you want to know. I got myself in each and every fucked up relationship because I chose to ignore the shit they was telling me and hear what I wanted to hear and see what I wanted to see. And once I realized that, hey, the only common denominator in this mess is you, I had to then realize and look at myself that I deserve better than somebody who does not make me a priority. Hear me, y'all. I don't want to sound too much like religion. If you are an option, if you are a line in a phone, and it's not your name up there. If you gotta be by your initial, or some dude, your name is Tammy, your name in the phone is T. Hear me out. You are an option.
You got 3 people left. You might have been talking about them.
What they leave?
They left 3 people.
Oh, you meant left. I thought it meant like just 3 people left in the stream. I'm like, shit, that's a lot of people left.
No, 3 people left.
I'm just doing it for the wrong. He is the best in the world. I was missing everything and didn't believe it. I was just doing it to prove them wrong. He is the best in the world. I was missing everything and didn't believe it. We don't believe that stuff about somebody you love. Think about it. When you love somebody, if you're a person that loves hard and strong, you don't want to believe that they don't love you the way you love them.
That's facts.
Come on now. You don't want to believe that.
I've been in that situation.
Me too.
Too many times.
You don't want to believe that this person who makes you feel all these intense feelings of love and lust and horny and freaky and want to lay down with them and wake up with them, you can't believe that they don't feel the same way about you. But you don't feel that way coming from them. You don't feel the stuff that you give to them when you're around them. You feeling your love for them. You in your head, if I just love her long enough. In my head, if I just love her long enough. Oh, I'm with women now, so we're going to go with her. I don't switch out. You know, but they know. If I love her long enough, then she'll love me too. If I put up with these baby mamas and these other women long enough, then he'll love me too, because he'll see what kind of person I am. She'll see how much love I have for her. But guess what? He and she already does see that. And that's why you still sitting there trying to love for both of y'all. And he loving his fiance, or she loving her husband or her wife. Because you loving that other person enough for both of y'all. Come on now. Don't do that. You can't love somebody until they love you. You can't love them into loving you. A good relationship makes you feel 3,000 things at one time, but at the end of the day, the end feeling is love. Regardless of what went on. Regardless of what made your face tight, what made you click your teeth, roll, regardless of what made me roll my eyes at DC 15 minutes ago, when I go to bed and lay down next to her, all I feel is love from her side of the bed. That's all I feel. Love. Yeah, I'm a bitch. Love. Yeah, I was cussing. Love. I don't feel none of that other stuff. If you get in the bed with somebody, and you got to make them put their arm around you. You got to scooch over. I had hot flashes. That's the only reason I be on the side of my bed the way I do. Before I had hot flashes, we was up under each other, booty touching something all night. But now Her skin feel like lava on mine when I'm going through my hot flashes. But if you got to make somebody touch you in the middle of the night, if when you get up in the morning, they made one breakfast sandwich and a cup of coffee, and you smelling it, but you sure ain't getting none. Or they ain't do nothing and just left you laying there. Or they didn't spend the night at all. I got to get up early for work in the morning. But you done slept in this bed before. Why you can't get up now? You cannot love someone into loving you. They have to want to do that. That has to be a decision. That has to be something that somebody does on their own. You cannot. You can't, babies. You can't. To my young ladies, you cannot baby a man into being with you. Let me say that one more time. One more again. You cannot baby a man into being with you. That's just you with a baby. Well, he gotta love me now because I'm his baby mama. How many times number 7 baby mama that said that? Number 10 baby mama that said that? Number, I don't know which number I am, but I know I ain't the first baby mama who said that. You cannot baby a man into loving you. Now you are stuck with a child that you didn't want for the right reason, who looks like somebody that didn't love you. Let me say it one more time. You have a child. Now you may be a great mama, but there are moments when you look at this child and it looks like the man that did not love you enough to even stick around and take care of his child. Stop it. You are too beautiful. You are too worthy to do that. There should be no more unplanned bullshit ass pregnancies in 2020. Well, it's going to be a bunch of them now because y'all is just at home fucking. It's a whole bunch of people in this chat knocked up right now. You don't know it yet. But if you got a good uterus and some fallopian tubes, in about 9 months, we're going to be having a lot of bomb squad baby showers. That being said, I'm just saying. You cannot, ladies, you cannot. I don't care if you his baby mama. Because guess what? You was never his girlfriend. You ain't going to be his fiance or wife. And now you just some bitch that got a baby. And that's what he's saying to his friends and to his relatives. Because let me tell y'all something. It's a lot of dudes that don't want to be with somebody they knocked up, but they're there for their kids because they that kind of dude. Just so happened, something happened, the condom broke, we was freaky deaky, you know what I'm saying? And the baby popped out. I'm going to be a man, I'm going to be a woman, I'm going to do my job. I don't love the mama, I don't love the daddy, but I'm going to take care of my kid. I ain't talking about that situation. Accidents happen. Y'all know I know. I'm talking about you listening to somebody who will not even make you his girlfriend. Listen to what I said. DC asked me to be her girlfriend. Hear me what I said. I'm talking about before fiance, before marriage, before bomb squad. DC said, will you be my girlfriend? I love you. Will you be my girlfriend? You can't even get a will you be my girlfriend like you in high school, but you will listen to somebody tell you, I want to have a baby with you so they can get some sex. Hello? What do that work? You're not even my girlfriend. You're not even my boyfriend. I don't even know your last name. I don't know your middle name. I don't know what you like to eat. I don't know what your favorite color is. I don't even know what you call your mama. I don't know your mama name. I know one friend. And that's because y'all happened to be out together when we happened to be out together when you saw your friend and you had to say something, or she wasn't gonna give you no ass that night. Trust me, that's why he said something about that to that one friend, you know. Now I'm sorry. I do not want to hurt anybody's feelings. And this is not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it so it won't happen again. I ain't saying it to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm saying it because you need to understand that all I see when I see beautiful young women out there giving themselves away for nothing, I know how that is. You're looking for something, babies, and you need to find that before you find the baby. You cannot baby a man into loving you. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. Same thing in a lesbian relationship. We cannot, let me tell you what we can't do. Tell you what won't happen in this house ever. Unplanned pregnancy. We can have sex every day, 3 times a day, on camera, butt naked, when I was younger, and still had, them not having them hot flashes. Still wasn't gonna have no unplanned babies. But people still, that baby thing, it's gay or straight. It goes both ways. If I can have this baby, I can bring this baby into this relationship. She'll stay with me. You cannot baby somebody into loving you. You end up being a single, miserable parent. Because let me tell you something. Them oops babies is so different from them, I'm going to have this baby so this person will love me, baby. Them is 2 different babies. Because every time you look at this baby that did not fix your relationship, that did not make this person stay with you, that did not do what you needed it to do, you will act that way. I mean, I'm not really stepping on if I might be stepping on some toes, but it might be a good thing. Because here's the thing. I'm not saying this out of malice. I'm not saying that you are wrong. Look, shit happens. Accidents happen. Babies happen. I'm telling you, I bet most of the babies in the world, even if you're married, was like, oops, I did it again. Some people plan them. Some people let God work his magic. But I don't want the people that don't have the kids already, because you can't push a baby back in. Once they heal, Miss Vicky said a baby's quick. Yes. I'm trying to keep somebody from doing it or doing it twice, because I know somebody who did it twice. I mean, personally, I'm sure there's some people out there that did a bunch of time. I know somebody personally did it twice. So, my skills itching, my bad. I ain't stepping on your toes. I just don't want you. Let me tell y'all something. Brittany was doing my nails upstairs, and we was talking about kids and stuff, and we was talking about the things that you don't even think about until you get pregnant, until you get ready to have a kid. I was thinking about shit with Nick all up into his adulthood, when he was still a zygote, when his atoms and genes were still splitting up inside of me. Because I had made the determination that I was going to be his mama and he was going to be all right, because I was all right. My grandmama took care of me by herself. So if I got to take care of this by myself, guess what? He going to be all right. We're going to work it out in my head the whole time. Because I didn't have him to make nobody be my man or my woman. I had him because, oops, I did it again. And I got to roll with what I did. When nobody else's fault but mine. So let go. As someone who wants kids badly, but I won't settle just to say I'm a mom. Crystal, everything. That's another thing. As women, this is just to my ladies again. Men, I'm coming. Don't worry. As women, we have this clock. That clock that they tell women about. You got a short amount of time you can have kids, and you should have kids by this amount of time because you want to do. Look here, let me tell you some good stuff. Don't make nobody rush you into having babies. Now, Crystal, you say you want them, but you ain't gonna settle. When it is time for Crystal to have a baby, she will have a baby. Now, there are millions of people out there who cannot conceive and cannot have babies. But guess what? There are also millions of babies out there that need somebody to be their mama. They say it's ticking. Well, mine wasn't ticking when I was 35. Mine had quit ticking a long time ago. I had no, you know how people get, I'm in my 30s. I should be somebody's mama. And when I was younger, I used to, ooh, I'm gonna be somebody's mama. Woohoo! Nakia. I was 37 when I had Nick Nakia. So I'm gonna let you understand. 34, I was still doing my grown-up thing, my grown-up stizzle, my grown stizzle at 34. So kids are no joke. Let me tell you, I'm gonna say it for everybody. If you don't have the mind, the heart, and the money to take care of baby, leave them where they at. Leave them where they at. Babies is a whole. Let me tell you something. A baby will wear your shit down. A baby will have you sitting in the bathroom in the dark crying. Hear me. Your child, when they pregnant with them, and when they get here, will have you sitting in the dark in the bathroom crying because you don't know when your next move is going to be. You don't know if this move that messed up your kid. You don't know if how you going to get this done. When they 2 days old, you're trying to figure out how you're going to get them through college. You're trying to figure out how you're going to beat this bitch up if she break your baby heart, or how you going to shoot this dude if he mess with your dog. All this stuff. If you are not ready for the upheaval that a baby is, leave them where they at. A baby fun. You better You better tell them you got sense. You better tell them you got sense. And even if you have money, you never have enough money. You don't have enough. Come on in, Soulful Tea. Bring it on down. Oh, I'm sorry, I hadn't put up the thing. My Vanna White wasn't putting up the thing like she's supposed to. You hear me, y'all? If you ain't ready, that's fine too. That's another thing. It's okay to not be ready. It's okay to not be ready. It's okay to not be somebody's mama if that's not what you're ready to be. I don't care how old you are. But I'm going to tell you some good stuff. Not only that, Lisa, mentally need to be ready because if your mind is immature, it is all downhill from here. Yes, it is. Babies are not toys. They're not purses. They're not something you can stick in a bag and carry around like a puppy. They're not something that you could just drop off at anybody else's house. You can't. There's no kennel for kids.
Yes, they don't go away. They're yours forever.
They're yours. And even if you done figured out how to drop them off and not come back, they still yours. Make no mistake. Now, I'm gonna say again, and I'm gonna always say it. Everybody ain't meant to be somebody's mama. It is some bitches that can drop a baby off and not feel nothing. If that is you, I don't know what to say to that. But your babies are yours forever. My sis always tell me, girl, don't be in no rush to have them kids, live your life. Nakia, and she's right. I say one more time, I was 37 when I had Nick. I had did everything I wanted to do by the time Nicholas came into the world. I didn't have to go out I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel like I was missing out on no clubs. I didn't feel like he fucked up my body. I didn't feel like I couldn't drink no more. I didn't feel like none of that. By the time Nick got here, I was sitting my ass down. Because I had did everything that I wanted to do. I had traveled. I had got drunk. I passed out in the club. I passed out of the house. I have not passed out and just been drunk for no reason. I worked 7 days a week, all day sometimes, all night sometimes, get home and turn around and go right back out. You can't do that with no kid. Yes. Miss Vicky, you better come on here. At least some be unbothered. They literally have a baby because their body can. Period. Look here, there's a lot of things your body can do. You probably shouldn't do them all. Okay. You cannot. Back to the initial. You cannot baby somebody into loving you. I don't care if it's gay or straight. I don't care if it's your boyfriend or your husband. You cannot baby this man into loving you. You cannot baby her into staying with you. You can't. And that's the same for dudes. Don't think because you knocked this girl up, she's going to be yours forever, because I'm going to tell you some good shit. There's a bunch of stepdaddies waiting for you to mess up. And you messed up when you knocked her up, thinking that's going to make her be with you. You cannot baby somebody into loving you. I don't care, male or female, gay or straight. You cannot do it. You cannot use babies like they are things that you can go pick up at Walmart and you can take back to the customer service when you're no longer using them. That's why so many babies out here like that. You can't do it. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. That's it. Now to my young men. You are as deserving and worthy as my young ladies. But having sex with everybody does not make you the man. Having all this raggedy sex and thinking you doing something and I'm throwing down, you're not. I promise you're not doing what you think you're doing. You just ain't met nobody with an attitude problem that's going to tell you fucked up. Most women try not to hurt a man's feelings. Try. Sometimes you can't help it. Because if I like you enough to have sex with you, I'm going to try not to hurt your feelings. I just probably won't do it no more. But stop. You are getting out there just as much as the girls are. When I listen to Maury and you know, sometimes Jerry be funny. I don't know where they are, Jerry. These folks on. And all the little shows where they're on there, not just the attorney shows, but the cheating and da. When I hear these, the woman is the hoe, the dude is the dog. The woman is with a fatigue. The woman is the hoe. Turn me down a little bit, baby. All right. The woman is the hoe, and the man is the dog.
Tell her turn the YouTube one off.
Turn the YouTube one off.
And leave the StreamYard one.
And leave StreamYard on. It's like I was watching something the other day. The girl did the same thing that dudes normally do. She had cheated on him over and over again. And now
I don't know.
Yeah, just turn the
YouTube one off.
you got two things open. Yeah, close your YouTube window. And now keep your StreamYard window open and close your YouTube window. Yeah, just turn and everybody in the audience was going, oh. So when the dude came out, they still want to boo him. No, dudes can get jacked up just as much as we can. Dudes, you deserve, young men, you deserve as much as the young women do. And you got to start acting like it. You can't keep calling girls a hoe, especially if you're sleeping with them. You can't keep sleeping around with 100 people and thinking it's going to work out for you in the end. You deserve as much respect and love as women do. But you got to start realizing that. I know it's a double standard. It is. It's a double standard between men and women. But it's just as sad to see a 40, 50-year-old man in the club trying to get a woman as it is to see a 40 or 50-year-old woman in there trying to get a man. It is just as sad to see you trying to live your life, your young life in your older age because you were so busy in your young life doing dumb shit. If she don't love you, fine. But she ain't a hoe because she don't love you. She just don't love you. Go on to the next one. But be careful because y'all are leaving people. Babies become people. The mama's got to stay with the baby because we cook it. But think all that random sex you'd have had with these girls you pick up in clubs. How many of y'all got babies out here? Hey, Jennifer. Hey, y'all. How many of y'all got babies out here and y'all don't even know it? You got to stop spreading. That is your essence. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, when we give ourselves to somebody, I didn't get this realization until I was older. You're giving a part of yourself to somebody every time you have sex with them. You got to stop being loose with pieces of yourself because eventually you're going to be engaged so much away you have nothing left for you. She said she don't know what she's doing. You got StreamYard on and you have YouTube on. You don't need YouTube to look at StreamYard. So you need to cut your YouTube tab off. Soulful Tea. Yes. You're just giving out, ladies and gentlemen, young people, y'all are just giving off little pieces of yourself. And eventually it's going to be, you don't make a hole so big in yourself that nothing can fix it. And you're going to try to stuff as many people in there as you can. They can't fix that hole. They can't. If you have kids, raise your kid. Be somebody, ladies and gentlemen, that you want your kids to marry. Hear what I said. Be the person that you want your kids to marry. And guess what? Those are the people your kids are going to look for. But if your kids see a different uncle every other week, that's what your baby's going to do. If your kids got 7 different siblings by 7 different mamas, that's what your baby's going to do. Be the people that you would want your babies to date. And if you're not, then that's something you need to fix. But ask yourself, would you want your kids to date you? Are you the kind of person that you want to bring home to mama or daddy? If you're not.
Especially the younger generation now.
Yeah.
Because see, the older people, it's kind of different.
We old.
Older people have made that mistake, so it's nothing you really can do but to guide your child in the right direction.
Chris said, the older I get, the more the Bible makes sense, in my opinion. The Bible, if you pay attention to the Bible, it is a book of stories. It is a book of lessons. It's a book of lessons. Some for your mind, some for your soul, some for you to follow. Literally. Be the person you want your kids to be. Be the person you want your kids to date. And if you're not, then they will be the person you are and date the person you are. And you can't be mad with them. When your kids acting like you, don't be mad. What the hell you think they got it from? If you teaching your baby, ladies, if you teaching your little girls that it's okay to be a number to a man. Hey, Rico. Hear what I said. If you are teaching your little girls that it's okay to be a number, because in a relationship, people always say, I'm number one. But I'm not a number, period. I am only. I am a word. I am the only. Don't teach your baby to be a number. Because if it's a number one, guess what? It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. If I can't be the only, then I'm not needed in this situation. I require too much maintenance. I require too much upkeep. It's like this. When you look at people with money, and you look at the cars The cars they drive, you don't see commercials on television. You don't see Bentley commercials. You don't see Maybach commercials. You don't see, hell, you barely see, I don't even think you see Porsche commercials. Ferrari, Maserati. You know why? Because you got ass, you can't afford it. That's how you should be. That's how you should be. Like a Maserati. You should be like a Bentley. You should be like that in a relationship. I can only afford one car, and the car that I can afford is one I don't have to ask the price for. But guess what? It makes it so I can't afford nothing else. That's the kind you want to be. You want to be so high maintenance and so unattainable that they can only afford one of you. And if that person is not ready for that commitment, that person is not ready for that particular aspect, well, then you need to move to the person that is. You ain't got to sit up there and wait on nobody, babies. There are billions of people in the world. It's over there. And you're back.
Did I do it right this time?
You sure did.
Oh, okay.
There are billions of people in the world. And just if you love this one, guess what? You can love another one. But don't you sit up there and take no little, y'all know how I like to say no little baby scoops. Don't give me that little Chipotle, that little first scoop, not a little bullshit ass scoop troll be trying to get you. That's how people come in relationships. Want to give you little baby scoops, little Chipotle scoops, love and bullshit. You better get out of my face.
Hey,
if they cannot, you are. People always say it's bad that, you know, I'm high maintenance. You better be high maintenance, because guess what? If you cheap as hell, they can afford a whole bunch of y'all. But the only thing you gotta do, if the only thing you demand is a Big Mac every now and again, then guess what? You can get 2 for $5 sometimes at McDonald's. That means at least another bitch can get a Big Mac. Miss Vicky said, I tell the young women around me all the time, Tiffany's doesn't have commercials or clearance. You better what? I forgot about it. It showed down. You get a pair. I went, because this is a Tiffany necklace, and I went to look for the earrings and the bracelet. But you know who's gonna buy that? I'm not. I'm not.
Hey, Lisa, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, baby. Come on, talk.
I wanted to piggyback on something what you said earlier, and it really touched my heart. And when you said you didn't mean anything, or you wasn't trying to hurt nobody's feeling, and it just took me back a long way, where that you were talking about if the person didn't reveal you to his friends and family and things like that, it was just an option. And that just made me realize, and which I did realize, but it just took me a long time, that I was an option to somebody, but I had 2 kids by this person. And I did, to this day, I don't know nobody, his family. My kids know no one in his family. This man even lived with me for almost a year, and only person I ever known was his mother. And that was just by circumstance. And it's like, my son is 20 years old, and he always asks me about relatives and his father's family, and I have no avenue or no direction to go. And that hurt me so bad, because in the long run, when you stay in a relationship for so long and not realizing that you're that hideaway chick, I was a hideaway chick.
Yeah, I'm sorry
And
about that.
at the time I didn't know it. At the time I didn't know it, but I regret that so much. And hearing you say that, it has made me realize and think, oh my God, that was me for a long time in this relationship. Have 2 kids, and my 2 boys, they know nothing. Nothing. And I've been honest and raw, guys, because I am really feeling this, and you took me back. And my kids, them 2 boys know nothing about their father's side of the family. And that's my fault, because I allowed myself to be in this toxic relationship and wasn't even aware that this relationship was so toxic, and that's the only regret I had, because without being in that relationship, I wouldn't have these boys, and I love them to death. But I just wish I had did things different. And anybody out there, if you are somebody's secret, don't be nobody's secret. You are worth more than that. You deserve more than that. And at the long run, it hurts no one but you, especially if kids comes out of it. That's all I wanted to say and get on here, because you touched me so much saying that. And
I hope
yeah, I regret that.
I hope I touched you in not a bad way, because I'm not saying this because what y'all would. Here's the thing. It sounds like I'm fussing like y'all were doing something wrong. It's not right or wrong until it becomes right or wrong. You understand what I'm saying? You loved him, so you ignored the signs. You didn't see what was there. You saw what you wanted to see, because love does that. Love does that to us all. Love does that to our people that we fall in love with. Love does that to our kids. Have you ever looked at your kids and went, you bad as hell? God damn, you going to jail. But no, you look at your kids just like we laughing and joking about people, how kids build bombs in their house. You know, we go, hell, you can't close the door in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you love somebody, it takes a while for the love to kind of wear down enough for you to see exactly what they feel about you. It takes a while.
Yeah.
It takes time for them to.
Right.
You got to mute the screen talking again. You got to mute the screen.
Yeah, you got to mute the screen. It's talking. Hold on, I'm gonna put you on mute. You can still be here.
Yeah. And you know, I just like.
Oh, there. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, there you go.
I just wanted to step in so you really. I just wanted to step in and say that to you real quick, because you just opened my eyes on something that I knew, but I really didn't face it. You know what I'm saying? And just hearing you say it out loud, it's just like overwhelmed me. And I was just like, you know, girl, go girl. I know that like when I talk to people, I would say not as conscious or anything like that, but sometimes it just take to hear other people say things that hit home with you. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
you are a beautiful person, Soulful T. And you ain't through this love game, ain't through, baby. Don't sit up there and think because you made a mistake. Oh, it's time now. Shit. Can't have no babies out the way. You go do what you gotta do. True. It's better when you're older anyway. Hell. I'm saying, look here. Ain't no use to me lying.
I don't know.
Some people have their thing. Young people, it's good being young because you can run up and down the stairs and your knees don't pop and your ass can drink all night and stay out all night. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's not until you can sit down and appreciate. I don't appreciate that shit in your 20s. I didn't appreciate that shit in my 20s. I didn't. In my 30s, I was more appreciative. I got nicked, and when I got nicked, then I really appreciated. But I was still, hear me when I was telling y'all, I'm still was looking for shit after I had nicked because I was still stuck in that. I was still stuck in something. But it wasn't until I came out and realized that I was looking for love in the wrong sex, not just the wrong places. That being said, I ain't about to sit up here and lie to you and tell you every lesbian relationship I had has been awesome, because again, I picked them and it just didn't work out for me. But see, now I understand why it wasn't for me, because it wasn't her. And until it was DC, it wasn't right. And that's why I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how old you are, baby. It doesn't matter. It is not over. Never think it's over. Never think you are too old to fall in love. Never think you are too old for that first. Woo! But now we are old enough and we know what to expect and we know what to demand from these people, and they can't come with that bullshit no more. They can't come with that. I love you, but we ain't gonna be able to go here. You know, I'm kind of private person. I don't like people in my business. You ain't never seen the inside. You ain't never seen their living room. You just seen the inside of their bedroom. You ain't never seen the inside of a restaurant. You done seen drive-throughs. You ain't never too old for that. I don't want to hear that shit. You can't nobody sit up here and tell me if I was single at my age right now. Can't nobody sit up here and tell me that we gonna be together, but I don't really want. Well, if we ain't together, player. You go on about your business. I'm cool. I would give me some batteries. I can go on Amazon and get me a whole girlfriend, a pink one about, you know what I'm saying? That bitch don't never say no. I ain't got to feed that hoe. I ain't got to have nowhere for her to sleep. I put her in a bag and keep going till if I was single, but I'm not. Never think because you're older that love no longer is for you. That's the trick. That's the game. That's what happens when we young. We sit up there and we go through all this bullshit and we think that love ain't for us. It's a whole lie. And they don't talk back. Crystal show don't. Bitch ain't gonna cuss me out. She ain't gonna pop a gum. She ain't gonna talk no shit. I ain't gotta get nothing to eat. Hell, I ain't gotta even say nothing to her after I'm done. I just rinse the bitch off and put it in the bag. It is what it is. So don't think because you're older that this is over for y'all. No. We all have made mistakes in our youth. That is what your youth is for. But ladies, sometimes we let that love youth ride into our older age, and we got to get over that. We grown and sexy, we old, and we know better. Can't nobody sit up there and tell you that we together, but if there's a but, then we're not together. And I'm cool with that. You go on about your business. If they good at what they do, you can call them when you want to bust it. And then you ain't got to call them no more. Show them what it means to be together, but not together. Show them what but means to you. So that you won't be sitting there stuck. That's okay, Soulful T, long as you heard. I don't care how old you are, babies. And yes, Karen, thank you for that. Thank you so much, Soulful T. I hope that what I said was okay. I really am not trying to step on nobody's toes. What I'm trying to do is get y'all to understand. And guess what?
Soulful T was basically just saying she just had to hear it.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. Soulful T said she had to hear it. That's who I am. I'm that. I had to hear it. You ain't right or wrong. Love ain't your friend. Love don't want good or bad for you. It just is. But you can't let it do it all. Sometimes you got to work it out. And sometimes don't be afraid to be demanding. People, media, social media, the internet has made it so that if you demand the best or excellence, that you something wrong with you. You're supposed to take this wood. You're supposed to take this brass instead of the gold. You're supposed to want this stainless steel instead of the sterling silver. No, I don't. I want the gold and the sterling silver and maybe a little platinum. But yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting the best. That's what you're supposed to want. Who the hell gets up in the morning and say, I want the okay? You don't even go to goddamn McDonald's saying, I want an okay Big Mac. I want a busting Big Mac. That's what you want even when you go to McDonald's. You ain't got to sit up there and accept no bullshit. Just because it'll give you, oh, you high maintenance, you demand and you want too much. Okay, well, bitch, you can't provide it. So clearly I want too much from the wrong person. I shouldn't be talking to you. Thank you. Everybody is not for you. I don't give a damn how much you feel for them. Crystal said you have to show people how to treat you. My dad said I was Hennessy and not Seagram. You better what? Your daddy said the right thing. A Seagram's gin. You can get a whole bottle of Seagram's gin for $10. Do that with Hennessy. Hey, y'all. I can't see. I need. Okay. I couldn't see whether it was an owl. My bad. I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing wrong with it. And babies, if you got some young ladies, I've got some ladies in my 20s in this chat, start that shit now. Don't sit, you ain't gotta sit up there and wait for me. Wait till you get my age. Start it now. Be the man and be high maintenance. Be that bitch ain't nobody got enough money to do nothing for you for. And it ain't got nothing to do with money. Don't go after somebody just because they got money. Because I'm gonna tell you something, you're gonna end up miserable and broke because it ain't your money. Let me say one more time. Date somebody just because they are financially better off than you don't mean shit. They'll take care of you until they don't want you no more. And you still gonna be broke. Their money is not your money. Make your money. Don't sit up there and let somebody tell you you're too this, you're too that. Well, bitch, you are too, I'm too much for you. And move on. Because they're not for you. Here's the thing, people. Everybody is not meant to be a doctor. Everybody's not meant to be a lawyer. Everybody's not meant to be a CEO. Everybody's not meant for that. It just is what it is. Everybody is not meant for you. Now, I'm not saying don't go out there and find. Be careful what you look for. Be careful what you wish for. Because when you out there want somebody to love you, you'll get it. But you ain't going to get what you're supposed to have. You're going to get what you want, not what you need. That's what we mess up at. We get what we want. We go after what we want. It's all bright and shiny and looks awesome until we need it. And they're not there for you. DC holds me up. Hear me. And this is what I want y'all. Yes, Crystal said to watch out for them wolves and sheep clothing. Because guess what? They got on them clothing, them sheep clothing because they got enough money to buy it. Yes, be independent as well. But what I was saying, it's not just about money. DC holds me up. She makes me feel like, even if I'm not feeling like I'm all that today, she makes me feel like I'm all that every day. And that's what I'm talking about. You just don't want somebody with monetary hold you up. You want somebody to spiritually hold you up. Somebody that got your back. Somebody you know that if your feet hurt today, that bitch will push your ass around tomorrow. How many of you are with people right now that if your legs stop working today, they will carry your ass around tomorrow? This is what I'm talking about. Because everything is all awesome and pretty and shiny and fluffy when it's sunny outside and everybody knees working, everybody back working, everybody got a job. But how many of y'all can honestly say that the person you sitting up here killing yourself for would kill themselves for you? Crystal said her daddy. I'm serious. I'm serious. Y'all know who else? Trent anyway in the chat earlier. You can tell by the way he looks at her when she's not looking. Hear me, y'all. The way a man or a woman look at you when you're not looking, that tells you everything you need to know. It's not when they can see you. It's not when you can see them. It's when you can't. It's when you can't. If they cannot hold you up when you down, hold you up when you can't stand up yourself, and you know it. See, that's the bad thing about it. Hey, Lady AK, you know it. You know you got to break your neck because the person next to you won't break theirs. But you okay with that. And that's bullshit. If my neck broke, bitch, your neck be broke too. We all broke necks around here. You sitting over there all bright and shiny, your knees ain't popping, ain't nothing wrong with you. You ain't got no problem. And I'm sitting over here looking like a chambermaid. Hell no. The only people, that's it. No people. No people. That's what we got to understand. That's what back when Crystal went to the Bible, we're not evenly yoked, people. Think about it like this. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Anybody from the country will understand. Even if you're not, you will get you'll understand it this way. You got two horses pulling a buggy. You got a Clydesdale and you got a pony. That buggy not gonna get pulled right. It ain't gonna be even. The Clydesdale gonna always take up, and the bunny and the little pony just gonna be drugged behind. You gotta be even. You can't be the only one doing something. And I'm not talking about money. If he work, cook and clean. If she work, make sure she come home with some food. If you both work, one of y'all cook, one of y'all clean. I cook, she wash the clothes. We together in this thing. One hand washes the other. Here you go. Gym 6, I'm not anybody, but I'm tired of getting my feelings hurt from someone that I know who doesn't want to be with me. We just been knowing each other for about 2 years, and I wish I can meet. Here's the thing, baby. The best people, I'm talking to Gym 6 right now, and anybody else who goes with it. The best time for you to find somebody that you're supposed to be with and makes you feel like you want to feel is when you don't need them, when you ain't looking for them. Understand there's nothing wrong with being alone. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Right now, you're just single. Do not settle for somebody you know because you're in a situation where you want to be with somebody. There's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with being alone. And don't feel like there is. And don't feel like there is. But also, when you go out there looking, people can tell. People who want to take advantage of you, people who don't mean the best for you, people who just want to have somebody to lay up under can tell when somebody is looking. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Do you understand what I mean? And I'm not saying they're bad people. They're just not the best in relationships. But they can tell when you're looking. And they can tell. They're good at figuring out what you're looking for. And on the surface, that's what they'll be. Their representative will be so bright and shiny and say all the right things and do all the right things. And you may not get a dozen roses, but you'll get 6 of them from the giant. Grocery store. They'll do just enough. Be unreadable so that can't nobody feed you no bullshit. Be okay with being alone so that can't nobody make you feel lonely. Because let me tell you something. When you feel like, when you feel lonely the most is when you're in a room full of people. And one person can make you feel that way. You understand what I'm saying? One person can make you feel like you're lonely in a room full of people because they're not giving you the one thing you want, and that's them. It ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself. Find you some friends. Friends with benefits. Or find you some friends, people you can hang out with. They may not be able to satisfy you sexually, but there's so many different things that you may need satisfied. And that might also be the thing. We think that because we're alone and we want a relationship, that it's automatically the sex is what we need. That may not be what you need right now. That may not be what you need right now. Find somebody that stimulates your intellect, your emotions, the same likes and dislikes, somebody you can hang out with, somebody you can get to know without sex in the picture. Not to say sex can't come in the picture, but take it out of the equation completely. You ain't looking for no girlfriend. You're looking for a homie, somebody to hang out with, because some of the best friends, some of the best relationships start out as friends. Let sex grow naturally. Let that particular intimacy grow naturally. Let it grow naturally. And if it'll happen, it'll happen. If it don't, it don't. But you still got a homie. You still got your friend. And then you'll know what to look for in the next person. But you ain't going to look, because guess what? You'll be fulfilled in a way that people will come to you, that the right people will come to you, because you bring to you what you put out. And if you put out desperation, and if you put out loneliness, and if you put all that out, you're going to bring people to you that will prey on your desperation, prey on your loneliness, prey on your kindness. Don't put that out there. Put out there that you're good. Put out there you can hang or you can't hang. Put out there you can come or you can go. I don't care. I'm good without you. And you will get people that want to be with you, because they don't need to be with you. They want to be with you. And that's what you want. You want to be wanted. You want to be wanted as much as you want them. You hear me? You want to be wanted as much as you want somebody else. And that's the thing. You can't want somebody enough for you. For the both of y'all, you can't love somebody enough for the both of y'all. You can't be in love with nobody for both of y'all. They have got to want, love, and in love with you as much as you do the same to them. And you got to put out there that you don't need them. I want you, but I don't need you. You come or go. But if you put that you need them, and they're going to prey on that. And then you can get stuck. So you can't find somebody to be your girlfriend. Find somebody to be your homie. Find somebody to fulfill other parts that are missing. Look in the mirror and find it in yourself. And then guess what? All that, I'm telling you, some good stuff. The people will come to you. What you want will come to you. Don't need so much that people will prey on your need. Be a want. You know what I'm saying? Be that pair of shoes that they look at and they know they shouldn't. I don't know if I can handle it, but I really want them. And they look and they go and they study and they go, yeah, I want that. That's what I want. I'm going to wear that every day. That's my jam. Be that. Don't be something that they buy because they need it right now. I need some flip-flops, so I'm going to buy them, but I stick them up under my bed, and that's where they stay because I got 100 little flip-flops. Be that pair of shoes motherfucker wear at the house every day, not something they can just stick up under the bed. And when somebody wants something, they're going to look at it. They're going to cherish it. They're going to wipe it off. They're going to keep it clean. They're going to do it. And that's what you want. You want somebody who shines you up, not dulls your shine. And you start that, not anybody else. Gym 6, you are beautiful. You know, I know what you look like. You have a beautiful smile. You have a beautiful personality. Ain't nobody seen it yet, and a lot of blind bitches out there. Guess what? You get it. All right, hold on. Did I miss somebody? Hey, Danielle. Hey, y'all. That's me. That's right, Crystal. You shoes. And you're just not any shoes. Them Louboutins. Them red bottoms. Them Manolo Blahniks. Nobody can pronounce. Those, what's the little shoes? They're Jordans, but they're like $8,000 shoes. Hey, Shamita. Oh, you driving? Don't just be some shoes you can pick up at Walmart. They get that anywhere. That's easy. Come and go. Your shoes, your Louboutins, your Manolo Blahniks. You are a Maybach. You are a Ferrari. You are a car. I don't even know what the fuck the name of the one car is. A Tesla. Look, car don't make no noise. It's a lot of money.
I ain't saying that.
I'm just saying.
That might be a Honda Accord.
And guess what? They last a long time. But people always upgrade from a Honda. Just saying. It's a bunch of Honda commercials. Just saying. Nick want a Honda. What is that, a Honda Civic? Nick long ass want a Honda Civic. Boy, you can't even fit a Honda Civic. Yes. Lady can't sit on gas saver too. They do. You Mercedes here, old school Buick. Hey, it's some old ass cars too. Now they last the test of time. Now play with it, made out of all steel. Kick it in the door tonight, tomorrow the dent done popped out. You like, well, goddamn. That's right, Danielle. No, that's the dryer. Danielle said, I drive me a Honda, 25. Fill it up. You know, gas cheap. You can fill them up now for $25. $5 is gas money again. Y'all play with it like you want. We ain't got no goddamn where to go. $5 is gas money. I don't know. How long? Did we put some more gas in the? Oh yeah. A week ago. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying you feel that. You're worth. We are worth that. We are worth not being a side chick. We are worth not being the dude that don't nobody know about that paid, but he can pay my light bill. You are more than a light bill, dude. You're more than some good dick, but I don't want to take you home to my family because I don't want you like that. Ladies, you are more than your hair done and your nails done. And I only want to take you around my friends, but I ain't going to take you home to meet my mama. You're more than an incubator. You're more than a sperm donor. My temperature. You hear me? What you looking for? Tylenol. I had Tylenol. I have Advil. It's in there. It's should be. It's in the Advil box. It's in the white container. But yeah, you're more than all of that. You take the goodies. That's Tylenol and aspirin. You take them. You take one of those.
Crystal, hey Brittany.
Who's that? Oh, Crystal. I need prayers, y'all. It's Ramadan, and I have to wait 30 days. This is torture. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a 2020 Nissan Rogue, baby, at 15. Somebody said I just left the gas station, put $5 on it. Hey, $5 gas money. I'm telling you.
Is it Ramadan already? Dang.
It is in there. Yeah. It is almost me. Wow. Tiana, that is right. Be a limited edition. Only a couple of them came off the dealership. Be one of them. Crystal said she got to work tomorrow. We in the 2 hours. Y'all know how it go. Yes. But that's what it is. Relationships, the good and the bad. Who goes 30 days without sun? I am just came alcoholic because of quarantine. 36. That's Brittany.
Ready.
Oh, that's Alani right there.
Crystal in the chat. Yes, Tiana, you have to know your worth. You have to. Young ladies and young men, old ladies and old men. Know what you're worth. And guess what?
She boo-booed this evening?
No,
she knows. You got to know your worth. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't feel like you got to lower yourself. Never. Feel like you have to be less than you.
Hey, Thick and Meat.
Thick and Meaty.
Okay, huh?
Okay. Yeah, they did. They sent me a letter the other day showing that. I wasn't worried about it one way or the other.
It depends on how much money you make, because mine did not give me an extra 600. It gives me a total of 600.
Yeah, I think mine is like yeah, because of how much I made, so it totals out like 6 and some change or something. Because I told them to take the taxes out. I don't play with them. I tell them to take taxes out of my unemployment. But you don't have to be less than you are to be in a relationship. You don't have to dampen your shine. You don't have to cover up your glow. That's male or female. When I'm talking about everybody. You don't have to do that. And if you're in a relationship and you're in a situation that you do, you're not in the right one. And that's okay. If you're willing to stick it out and maybe this person is in a certain kind of place right now and you're willing to stick it out with that person, then do that. These are my opinions and I'm just giving them. If you're with somebody and you're willing to work on it and you ain't did everything yet, then cool. But if you have done everything you can do, if you have worked on it, if you worked on yourself, if you've had to change you, if you've had to sit up there and not make sure, if you've had to sit up there and dull your shine or turn off your glow, you done went to counseling, you done begged, you done pleaded, you done argue with bitches, you done have folks calling your phone, you done been through the phone, you done been through Facebook, you ain't on the Snapchat, the Instagram, or the Facebook no more because you act the fool all the time, then it is time to go. It's time to go. Because you have done all that you can do. You are free. You just got to free yourself. Love is a beautiful thing, babies. It is a beautiful thing. Oh, yeah, that'll be good. I didn't know about that, but they got to pass it. You know how that is. Anyway, love is wonderful. And I found it later. But I was never going to stop looking for it. If I didn't find it until I was 75, if I didn't have but a year and a half. Don't let nobody stop you from loving. Especially if you're in a relationship. Can't say none of that. That's true. I have seen my friends act a straight monkey fool about a man. Bust windows, stalk, ambushes, riding around their house. Now me, I have had a girl come to my house. I didn't see, here's the thing. I thought I was the only. Clearly I was not. Because this bitch come to my house. I had somebody come to my house. I'm not about to argue with him or her. Goodbye. He don't call me back saying, Arbor. All right, Scooby-Doo. But I loved him. I did. I loved him. So I made excuses. I listened to the lies. Then at the end of the day, he had to go his way and I had to go mine. I had been with somebody who loved somebody else and loved me, but not a love. And that wasn't it. I was in love. But I had to be, you can't love somebody else and me. Because I need a lot more time. But I learned from that. And I learned that I can love. And I learned that loving hard don't kill me. But I just can't stick around because I love you. Sometimes I got to love you from over there. Whew, excuse me. Oh, my back hurt. Hold on. It's saying a lot of stuff about unemployment. See, a lot of times, we're off relationships on the unemployment and stuff. I filed as soon as when they told me we weren't going back to work for I don't know how when. That was the week after my birthday. That Monday, I had done my unemployment. For some reason, I couldn't get on the site, so I waited till late at night and had my unemployment in. I think I was 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3. I mean, I think I only missed a week of money. But it was right when income tax, everything kind of kicked off. So it was right when income tax hit. So I still was okay. I wasn't down. I mean, I had spent my income tax of some of it, but I still had enough money. So I let it, even now, I just make sure my bills are paid and get the stuff that we need because we've been moving and stuff. So oh yeah, I mean, hey, let me tell you something. I've been working since I was 17. So anybody in this chat who's been working a very long time, do not sit up there and think that you are too proud for any of the things that you have paid for. You have paid for these things. Daniel said, I'm so drunk. Daniel said she's drunk. You have paid for all this stuff. You have paid into unemployment. You have paid into Medicaid. You have paid into food stamps. You have paid into all this stuff. My glasses are right here. I don't keep them on because I only need to like read and I have to get up on them. See, but I can't. If I try to look, y'all look blurry. I can see from back here. I can't see up here. So yeah. So
What's up?
last time, yeah, Raylo. Ain't that some shit? That's the last time I said the last time I was unemployed was the last time I was unemployed. And here comes the damn coronavirus making me a lie, saying, sit down. I was like, all right, shit, my bad. My bad. Shit. Let me tell you something. All these people, pride goeth before a mighty long fall. Everybody too proud to do this, and the third. I am not too proud to feed my family. Period. Point blank, end of discussion. I'm not too proud to pay my bills. I'm not too proud to make sure my 15-year-old vacuum cleaner eats. I'm not too proud to make sure my wife eats and my other 2 children eats. I'm not proud. I'm not too proud for that shit. I'm not too proud so that we don't. Let me tell y'all some good stuff. If you can pay a bill, pay it. If you can pay a bill, pay it. There's a difference between a deferred payment and them getting rid of a payment. Somebody tell you to defer the payments. When your ass go back to work and you ain't paid nothing, you're going to have a $1,300 bill for something that was $20. If you can pay it, pay it. If you can pay some of it, pay it. Don't let it all back up because when you go back to work, you're going to be playing catch up so bad you may not be able to catch up. If you can do it, do it. Not everybody cannot do it. Here's what I'm saying. I'm only talking to those who can do it. If you're in a situation, if your bill is $80 and you got $20, give them that $20. If you got food in your house, your rent is paid, your lights is on, and you need to keep your phone on, and you get talking to them people and telling folks, hey, I got $20. Keep my phone on. You know what's going on. Send them $20. So that you won't have an $18,000 bill. You'll have a $17,980 bill. But I'm essential and I'm ready to not to be. This is my one day off. I'm tired. Can't go. Can you tell I'm essential? I'm tired and I can't do the nasty for 30 days. And tequila ain't helping. I quit.
You're not supposed to be doing the tequila. She's still cheating.
Look here, Leilani. Can't take her ding ding and her tequila. Now you gotta leave her one on. Gotta leave her one.
Okay. She gotta keep one. Okay.
Gotta leave her one. And gave up the ding. Leave the tequila. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, she said I'm not Muslim. He is. Okay. That's
I understand that.
Baby, drink all the tequila. Drink all of it.
My ex-husband was a Muslim, so I get it.
Go ahead. I got it. I got friends. Go ahead. I'm Catholic. You know we drink. Yes. It became. I went to a Catholic school where the priest was drunk one day. He was doing confession. I'm like, wait. Don't you breathe through this thing no more. But yeah, on that, we're at a time of uncertainty now. And every time we talk about stuff, yes, Lady AK, that was a long time ago, baby. That was in the 80s. Stabness that I was there. Because I graduated from there in 81. Yes. So I was in grade school in the 70s. That's a long ass time ago, y'all. Yeah, damn. Anyway, that was in the 70s. That's bell bottoms and afros. Okay. Anyway, yeah, priests don't. I mean, and there's nothing saying you can't drink. You're not supposed to do anything to excess. But you know. Thank you, Karen. Oh, they closing it? No, I didn't know that. Oh, my school. Ski. I didn't know that. It's been there a long time. Shit. It's been there a long time. So, but yeah, all right. So, yeah. But to that, I say this. These times are uncertain, and we hear so much stuff. She said excessively drinking. Oh, not enough kids for next fall. I mean, but with all this stuff going on, you never know. You know? With all this going on, and we hear all this bad stuff. And yes, afros and no internet. Shut up, Raylo. Anyway. No internet, no telephone. One telephone. And you had the rotary. So you had to wait for that bitch to come back around so you could dial the next number. Okay. This is not all bad. The disease is bad. And it has people scared. But we have to make it through. And to make it through. Oh, tuition, my friends on there. Oh, they might just do kindergarten. Oh, they raise. I'm sure they raised tuition a lot since I was there. We will survive this, people, because that's who we are. We're survivors. We're strong. That everybody won't, because that's just the way it goes. But you cannot live your life like this is the last day. You got to live it. Live it. Live your life. You stuck at home, figure out something to do. I got up and clean. I get up and clean something. I get up and go cook something. I've been figuring out me and Amazon became friends again. I was trying to break up with Amazon, but clearly I have not. I'm not.
I'm cutting apart this weird yarn that I bought to make it normal yarn.
See, we just gonna buy shit. I'm gonna start. Matter of fact, y'all don't know who y'all messing with. I'm gonna start doing crafty shit. Just cause I ain't got nothing else to do. Can't figure out how to bartend over the internet and actually get paid. So anybody can look it up. But this will get better. This will pass. And we'll be all right. We will mourn those that did not make it. We will take care of those who are fighting to make it. And we will come out the other side of this. We will. We will.
I showed the panda when I was done.
Which one? Oh, the panda. Oh, I see that. We will make it. We'll be a little tighter and we'll be ready to go to work. But we'll make it. You feel me? All right, guys. So it's almost 2.5 hours. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's 9:30. It's past my bedtime. And pray for. Oh yeah. Y'all, when y'all got that governor, baby. Bless it. So I want to thank everybody. I would like to thank Leilani. That's my ride or die, my road dog, my get in what you fit in all the time. I would like to thank Soulful T for hopping on. I would like to thank Risa, even though she couldn't get her stuff working. She hopped on there. I would like to thank all my mods for taking care of the room. I would like to thank the Bomb Squad. I would like to thank the old and the new, everybody who comes in here every Saturday, supporting me, doing what they got to do. Danielle, you will be okay. You will last these 30 days. I promise.
30 days.
Yeah, her husband's in Ramadan.
Y'all, it's Nana's birthday. Reese is live now. So when y'all leave here, go over and say happy birthday to Nana.
All right. I know it. Text. Oh yeah. Did y'all see the damn mayor of Las Vegas? So I'm about to get off, but I just need to say this bitch got on TV. She's the mayor of Vegas and said, y'all can use my city as the test city. Some people might die, but it'll be okay. You need to control. Bitch, if you don't go sit your serial killer ass down somewhere trying to kill up, go away. What is wrong with these people that people elect? What is wrong with them? Did you see that? You saw that, Karen? It was blinding. I want to go to Vegas. I don't even want to go to Vegas no more. She want to use it as a test city. Ain't no telling what you'll get in Vegas now, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't tell them what you get. Baby. I'm going to do this as a part of my public service announcement that I do. Please do not inject or ingest any Lysol, 4-9. Don't spray the Lysol in your mouth. Don't drink. Don't do that. Because it's not going to do for you what it does for your table. Okay? Don't listen. Please don't. I will go to Vegas when she gone. Okay? Because I don't want to be down there. No, it wasn't no joke. It wasn't a joke. Do you know like 18 people have they said I think 18 or something actually drank that?
That's crazy.
Please, well, hell, you know, even before this started, kids was eating Tide Pods. I didn't think you had to tell nobody older than 5 to not eat a Tide Pod. So, shit. Okay. Do not drink bleach or Lysol. Please do not ingest that in any way. It won't help. And if you don't die, you will be sick. So that was just that.
That's crazy.
Hey, gotta tell you, I'm sorry.
Don't lick toilet seats either.
The fuck? First of all, I don't give a damn about the coronavirus. That's nasty. Do you know what goes on the toilet seat? Ass.
Ass.
Ass goes on the toilet seat. And that's all I'm gonna say with that. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That man's kids was licking the toilet seat shit like it was a challenge. Fuck out of here. I know he's being sarcastic. I don't know. But all I know is, here's the thing about being sarcastic and saying stuff. When people follow you, when people look up to you, they don't know that. So they're like, oh, okay, they know what they're talking about. No, they don't. No, they don't. No. All right, guys. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. You know, Leilani, you know how we do. Everybody in the chat, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for coming here. Make sure you like this video. If you haven't already liked the video, you can like it on the way out just as much as you like it on the way in.
Like it, like it, like it.
Comment down below. Anything you want to comment, down below. It's comments down there. Down there. Share this video because, like Soulful T said, sometimes you just need to hear it.
Some people don't even know what's going on till they hear it.
And I ain't got no skin in the game, which means I'm not saying it because I want you to do something or because I don't want you to do something. Share the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed and you just happen to be watching the video and you like what I'm saying. Subscribe so you can come on with the come on.
Okay, Ham.
I thought you was about to say, come on in the room.
Nah. Make sure everybody go over to Risa Richardson's channel. Go to Risa.
And say DC Kool-Aid and Lisa sent you.
And go say happy birthday, happy birthday. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, guys, so that every time we drop a video or go live, you guys can come join us or watch us. You know how it go. This is your girl, Lisa.
Yeah, DC Kool-Aid.
And we out. Bye, y'all. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Story time is tight and blogging, man. You're a great big family with bombs, bro. One night ride to a number with a K.
Leave you stay.
You can chill with the fam like most of y'all do. DC Kool-Aid, Lisa, and Nick too. With Charles and Bobby and our YouTube life. We love our fans and supporters. We're friendly with you. So come on down.
Y'all gotta redo that one because he sounds like a whole man now.
I told him redo it. Bomb squad. Bomb squad. Bomb squad. Hey! I